Dean, how would you characterize, I mean, just how special these movies, this franchise is now to your life and career? I mean, it's got to be like kids. They got to feel like kids to you.
Yeah. I spent a decade of my life working on the animated trilogy, so
Right.
I thought that was it. I thought we were moving on, and I
you were
felt
pulled right
satisfied, and so it was a bit ironic that the one opportunity I get to make a live action movie is a phone call from Universal saying, "How about How to Train Your Dragon?" So jumping back in came with like a lot of expectation, but also excitement, because it meant revisiting this story I love and these characters I love through all of the bells and whistles of live action, and a little bit more maturity and everything we've learned about the characters through the course of making the other stories. So it's been like a real joy.
The movie's been a big box office hit. Now it's hitting home entertainment. What are there any bonus features in particular that you're excited to unveil? I know there's a couple of deleted scenes on there that you set up.
There are a couple of deleted scenes, which is always fun to be able to keep the all of the effort that went into creating those out there for people to appreciate in some form. But I think the 45-minute documentary about the making of the movie is something that I'm quite proud of, because everything I know about live action movies comes from watching behind the scenes documentaries from other films. And so I would pop in discs all the time, just trying to understand how everything works in this process. And it's nice to be able to contribute to that tradition.
I checked that out, and one of the things I learned from watching the making of Doc is that you guys had an actual physical manifestation of Toothless. It wasn't like the actors were just looking at a tennis ball like in most live action movies that have heavy CGI. Can you talk about that?
Yes, we knew that was going to be a challenge for Mason Thames in particular, because he was going to have to do a lot of scenes with a tennis ball on a stick if we didn't come up with a better plan. And there's a wonderful company called Stitches and Glue, and they took the specs of our digital dragon and created these foam bodies, foam heads and bodies and tails that could be puppeteered by an amazing team led by Tom Wilton. And so we had these amazing puppeteers bringing dragons to life on set in such a way that you would just forget that the creature wasn't there. And it really gave something for the human actors to respond to and act against, a real scene partner.
So you are currently writing part 2. You're not just taking the script from the animated version. I've learned you do the rewrites. You do the full rewrites.
Yeah.
Obviously we know it happens, but what can you tease about part 2 at this point?
Well, not a lot, because I'm figuring it out myself.
Yeah.
But I do kind of carry around a list of regrets with every movie that I work on, and 2 is no different. There are just moments where I feel I could have done better in terms of setting up characters or showing scenes that are talked about instead of experienced. And just things I've learned, in retrospect, or just having the benefit of the entire trilogy, where I'd want to backfeed and support ideas that I think could be more dramatic and more satisfying in terms of the character depth, but also the way the plotting happens.
It's still a possibility that Cate Blanchett could reprise her role?
She hasn't said no yet, but
So yes.
what I told Kate was...
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah, that's what I'm holding out for it as well. It's entirely up to Kate, but I did tell her that I wrote the character for her in the first place. Therefore, she will always be. It's a role that she can turn down, but she'll always be my first stop.
Yeah, international treasure, that woman. So
yes,
I
she's incredible.
Hope it works out, but we'll always be grateful for what she did in the animated versions. Well, can't wait to see that one. Huge congrats on this one.
Thank you.
Excited to unveil the home entertainment release to everybody, I'm sure. But great talking to you today.
Thanks very much.
Appreciate it.
Likewise.